I'm spinning. Basically, spinning is just taking a piece of fiber and making it into yarn. And I'm holding the fiber in my non-dominant hand and just pulling back, and the twist is being kept between this hand and the wheel itself as it's turning. As I treadle on the treadles here, it turns the big drive wheel, which turns on this one the bobbin and the flyer, putting twists and making the yarn. And just easily drafting out the fiber. Once it gets twist in it, it's not easy to move, but beforehand, before you actually make the yarn, it moves and it just seems to want to be yarn.
But how long does it take you to go through 4 ounces of fiber?
It depends on what I'm making. If I'm doing something like 90 yards of thick and thin kind of novelty singles, it takes me about 20 minutes to go through 4 ounces.
Now, do you put the wheel with anything?
The actual wood itself, most wheels when they come to you, they're finished. There's a few companies that make wheels that aren't finished that you actually do have to coat them with something and finish them. But otherwise, you don't have to. You just want to keep them dust-free, and then the moving parts need to be oiled. And generally, you know, it's a maintenance sort of thing, and I tell people, pick a scheduled maintenance for yourself. If you use your wheel a lot, then like every pound of wool you go through, clean up the moving parts, because it'll get gunky and you'll get fiber in it, and oil it. If you are using your wheel infrequently and you use it one day but you don't use it for a couple of weeks, when you get back to it, it's going to have dust in it. And that's when you clean off the dust and clean out the moving parts and re-oil it. Here I'm just winding on, and we slide it back into the hook, give it some twist, and then draft out just like I was doing on the wheel. And just making yarn in the same fashion. It's just slightly different. And then when it's done, we wind it onto the shaft, back in through the hook, and back again. It's just repeating the same motions over and over. It can be very zen-like, just very relaxing. And there's a lot of people out there that actually believe that spindling and spinning is not something that people have to necessarily learn, but that because our ancestors, you know, they had to do it for themselves so long ago, that it's an instinct that some people are just born with. It's an innate ability, and that when they take a class or they pick up a spindle and fiber, that it's not that they're trying to learn it for the first time, that they're just remembering what their ancestors have done. It's like an instinct.